New York, the makers of Clippercraft clothes for men, and 924 leading retail stores from coast to coast present the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes. Our stories are based upon the character of Sherlock Holmes, created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Sherlock Holmes is portrayed by John Stanley, Dr. Watson by Alfred Shirley, and the dramatizations are by Edith Meiser. Tonight, the stars are frosty bright. No wind, no clouds, just clean, clear cold. Feels good to be sitting in front of your cozy fire, Dr. Watson, with our feet stretched on the fender.
No, don't get too comfortable, Mr. Harris, because tonight I'm going to tell you about one of Sherlock Holmes' most important cases. The case of the stolen naval treaty.
A naval treaty, Doctor?
A highly explosive document.
Explosive?
Yes, it threatened to blow the peace of Europe into bits.
And did it?
Now, really, Mr. Harris, you mustn't get ahead of the story. And let's not forget your part in the program.
Right, Dr. Watson. And my part in the program is really a very simple one. My job is to tell our listeners the great big idea behind Clippercraft clothes. It's just this: to bring you the finest values in clothes in America at the friendly local store you can trust. Now, naturally, this is not easy. It takes real planning. It's the remarkable Clippercraft plan that makes it all possible, concentrating the buying power of 924 leading stores across America, making tremendous savings in manufacturing and distribution costs. You've a treat in store for you if you've never seen Clippercraft clothes. Beautiful Clippercraft suits that look like twice as much money and wear like it, too, are only $40 and $43.75. Top coats and overcoats are only $40, and sport jackets only $25. They're so amazingly fine that we urge you to compare them with clothes selling for many dollars more. And now, Dr. Watson, how about that stolen naval treaty?
Yes, let's see. One July morning, it was the July which immediately succeeded my marriage, I received a communication from an old school friend, Percy Phelps. Percy's mother's brother was Lord Holhurst, the great conservative politician. This rather gaudy relationship was of little value to him when we were at school, I can assure you. However, the letter seemed to be fairly urgent, so I hurried around to Baker Street. I found Holmes in his dressing gown, plunged in the middle of a chemical investigation. A large curved retort was boiling furiously in the bluish flame of a Bunsen burner. Seeing the look of concentration on Holmes' face, I seated myself in my old armchair and waited, hardly daring to breathe.
Most enlightening. Most enlightening. Yes, you come at a crisis, Watson. If this slip of paper remains blue when it touches the solution, all will be well. If it turns red, it means a man's life.
I see.
Don't interrupt, Watson. This is the crucial moment. Now watch carefully. There.
But I see it has burned red, a nasty blood red.
Blood red is quite correct, Watson. A very commonplace murder. Well, that's the end of that little experiment. Hi-ho, fill up your pipe. Then hand me the Persian slipper.
All right. There you are.
So you've come on business, Watson.
Yes, but how did you know?
The letter touched so tightly in your right hand, not to mention the look of excitement and anxiety on your face. You are the stormy petrel of crime, eh, Watson? What is it?
Well, this letter, it came in the morning mail.
Read it to me, that's a good chap.
It's from an old schoolfellow of mine. I haven't seen him for years.
Yes, but what does he say?
The letter is headed Briar-Bray, Woking. My dear Watson, I trust you still remember Tadpole Phelps, who was in the 4th form when you were in the 3rd. You may even have heard that through my uncle's influence I obtained a good appointment at the Foreign Office, where I was in a situation of trust until a horrible misfortune suddenly blasted my career. Do you think you could persuade your friend Sherlock Holmes to come down here to help solve this terrible mess? Assure him that the only reason I have not asked his advice sooner was because I have been completely off my head for 9 weeks. I am still so weak that I have to write by dictating, as you see. Your old schoolfellow, Percy Phelps.
Let me see that letter. Doesn't tell us very much, does it?
Oh, hardly anything.
Yet the writing is of interest.
But it's not his own.
Precisely. It's a woman's.
But it looks like a man's.
No, it's a woman's, and a woman of unusually strong character. It's always interesting to know that your client is in close contact with someone who, for good or evil, has an exceptional nature. Yes, my interest is already awakened in the matter.
Then you will take the case?
The next train for Woking leaves in exactly 43 minutes. Hurry, Watson, or we shall miss it.
If you step in here, gentlemen, I'll find out if Mr. Phelps can see you.
Dear, dear. The old place hasn't changed since the days when I used to visit here on my vacations. Makes me feel quite young again.
Sherlock Holmes, I perceive. And Dr. Watson, too, I presume. So glad you come. Percy's been inquiring for you all morning. Poor chap. He clings to any straw.
My dear man, I may look as thin as a straw, but I promise you I have more weight, mentally. I perceive you yourself are not a member of the family.
Oh, dear me. How did you know?
The monogram on the pocket of your blazer, J.H.
Oh, of course. For a moment, I thought you had done something clever. My name is Harrison, Joseph Harrison. Percy is engaged to marry my sister Annie. So I shall soon be a relation, by marriage at any rate. My sister is with him now. She's nursed him hand and foot during these trying 2 months.
Soothing his fevered brow, lucky fellow?
Yes. You will find them in his room. My room, rather. At least it used to be my room, until he came home after the catastrophe and collapsed. They couldn't carry him upstairs. He was in such a state, so they took him into my room. We'd better go in at once. I know how impatient he is to see you.
Yes, this conversation is delightful, but after all, we did come to see Mr. Phelps.
Oh, yes. Quite so. Come this way. It's in this wing. It's the dining room, you see. This is the door. I'll leave you here.
You can come in if you like.
Oh, no, thank you, no. Invalids are always depressing, and with this misfortune hanging over his head... Oh, poor fellow.
Well?
Come in. Oh, you've come at last. At least, I presume this is Sherlock Holmes.
Quite. And how is your patient?
Oh, he's much better, thank you.
Watson, my dear fellow.
Well, Terry
Hello.
Badger, to see you.
I hardly knew you under that moustache. Delighted to see you both. Oh, this is my fiancée, Miss Harrison. Please, sit down.
Shall I leave, Percy?
Oh, no, don't go, Annie. If you don't mind, Mr. Holmes.
Not at all.
I feel much steadier when she's here.
Quite. And now, Mr. Phelps.
Well, you see, Mr. Holmes, it's like this. I was a happy and successful man, on the eve of being married, and then this dreadful misfortune wrecked my life. I'm a broken man, my honor gone, I'm ruined, I tell you.
Percy, please, you'll make yourself ill again.
I'm sorry, Annie.
Perhaps you'd better just tell us the facts as quietly as you can.
Yes, of course, Mr. Holmes. I was, as Watson may have told you, in the Foreign Office, in a responsible position. My uncle, Lord Holdhurst, is the Foreign Minister, you know. Well, nearly 8 years ago, weeks rather, the 23rd of May to be exact, he called me into his private room and informed me that he had a commission of trust for me to execute.
Come in. Come in. Oh, it's you, Percy. Anyone out there in the hall?
No, sir.
Good. Come in and lock the door. Now, come over here. I want to make sure we can't be overheard. That's it.
What's up, Uncle Bert? You look tremendously solemn.
It's a solemn matter, Percy. You see this piece of paper? It's a secret treaty covering our naval situation in the Mediterranean. Harmless enough in itself, but a bombshell if it should fall into the hands of, well, a certain government.
You mean?
The very walls may have ears, Percy. Let us merely say the country of X. You understand?
I understand.
I want you to make a copy of it. I must have a complete copy tomorrow morning. You may have to work on it the better part of the night.
Oh, that's all right, Sir, Joseph and his brother, you know, is going to stop by for me. We're going to take the 9 o'clock train together. He can tell the family I've been kept in town on business.
Very well. But leave the message with the commissioner downstairs. I don't want anyone in your room when you're copying that document.
Very good, sir.
When you've finished, you can put the document and the copy in my safe. You know the combination, I believe?
Certainly.
That's all, Percy. But don't forget, you hold the piece of Europe in your hands.
I won't. Good night, Uncle Bert.
Good night.
Well, looks as though I'll have to make a night of it. Oh. What? Hello, Connor. You still here?
Yes, sir. I had some details to clear up, so I thought you'd want me to stay.
Oh, that's all right, Goro. You can finish tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Are you sure you won't need me?
No, thanks. Doesn't look as though I have a chance to go out for dinner. At least I can ring for coffee. Oh, confound it, that bell pull is twisted again. There we are. The rain's coming down harder than ever. Nice, jolly little evening.
You're sure there's nothing I can do, Mr. Phelps?
Good Lord, no, Goro. Run along.
Good night, sir.
Good night, Goro. Hello. Who in thunder are you?
I'm the commissioner's wife, sir. What's more, I'm the char lady around here.
The char lady? Oh, I see. I don't believe I've ever had the pleasure of making your acquaintance before.
No, sir, that you haven't. If you mean what I think you do.
Oh, would you inquire if your esteemed spouse would spare me a cup of the excellent coffee he keeps hot for any pay slaves of the Empire who are obliged to work at night?
You mean Herbie should bring you up a cup of coffee?
Yes, please.
I'll see what I can do about it.
Yes. Use your influence. Well, now, let's have a look at that treaty. Great Britain, a triple alliance. French fleet. Complete ascendancy. It's no use. I'm too drowsy. I think I'd better have a cup of coffee. Herbert! I say, Herbert, coffee! Oh, confound the fellow. Do I have to go all the way downstairs? Herbert! Fast asleep. Hey, Herbert, wake up.
Hello. Oh, it's you, Mr. Phelps.
Yes. I came down to see if my coffee was ready. But I think the front doorbell just rang.
Bell? Yes, sir. But if you was here, who rang that bell?
What bell? I told you it was the...
It's the bell of the room you was working in, sir.
Great thunder, my bell. There's no one up there. The treaty. Oh, good heavens, I left it on the table. Quick, Herbert, we've got to get up there. Something terrible is happening.
What? Oh, no, don't run so fast.
Great God, it's too late. Oh, wait, I'll open the door. Stand back, Herbert. They may be armed.
I've got my army revolver.
What? There's no one here. What? Look, the treaty. The treaty's gone. Who could have taken it?
No one's been in the front way tonight. And there was no one in the rooms but yourself. My wife said so.
Then he must have come up the stairs from the side door and slipped out that way, too. After him, Herbert, quickly. It may not be too late. Hurry, man, hurry.
Don't you go out, sir. You'll be soaked to the skin.
Well, there's a policeman on the corner. Maybe he's seen something. I say, Bobby.
Sir?
There's no robbery in the Foreign Office. Has anyone passed this way?
Standing here a quarter of an hour, sir, and only one living soul's passed in that time.
Who was it?
A tall old lady in a paisley shawl. She seemed in a hurry.
Well, that was my wife.
Which way did she go?
You're just wasting your time, sir, and every minute is of importance.
Yes, all right. We'll go back to Scotland Yard. Oh, this is terrible, Herbert, terrible. We're ruined.
Never you mind, sir. You'll lose your post, perhaps. But they can't do nothing so dreadful to you.
It's not myself I'm thinking of. It's England. officers from Scotland Yard were waiting for the charwoman when she got home.
And what did they find?
Nothing, absolutely nothing.
And Gordo, did they trace him?
Yes, Mr. Holmes, but again nothing was found. Oh, I was frantic, out of my mind. They had to get a doctor to take me home. I was delirious for 7 weeks.
And these two people, Gordo and the charwoman, they've been under observation ever since, I suppose?
Yes, with no results.
You say it had been raining all evening?
Yes.
But you found no traces of any kind in the room? No footprints, I mean?
Absolutely none.
Not even those of the charwoman's muddy boots? How do you explain that?
Well, the charwomen are in the habit of taking off their boots and wearing just carpet slippers.
No footprints, eh? That's enlightening. Must have come in a cab and got away that way, too.
That explains the policeman's not seeing him.
Now then, Mr. Phelps, could anyone have been concealed in the room or in the corridor?
Impossible. There was no cover of any kind.
Windows?
30 feet above the ground and locked on the inside.
Then it must have been the side door. Who knew you were to have the treaty in your possession?
No one. I'd stake my oath on that.
In your opinion, what would happen if those papers were to fall into the hands of a rival government?
War. Almost instantaneously.
But it's 8 weeks and we're not at war. Therefore, it's not unfair to suppose the treaty hasn't reached them.
I don't imagine the thief took the treaty in order to frame it.
Quite, and he's undoubtedly waiting for a better price. There's only one clue that puzzles me.
What is that?
The bell. Did someone ring it to prevent the crime, or was it an accident? If we only knew why the bell was rung, we should have the solution of this case. It's even possible that he didn't... Of course. What a fool I was not to think of that before.
You think you can help me?
Possibly.
God bless you for that, Mr. Holmes. If we can keep our courage and our patience, the truth must come out. But Percy has one more adventure to tell you about. You're sure you're strong enough, darling?
Oh, I feel better than I have for days. Hope is a splendid tonic, Annie.
And what was this other incident, Mr. Phelps?
Well, you see, Mr. Holmes, last night was the very first night that I slept without a nurse in my rooms. I was rather wakeful. I had a nightmare or two. And suddenly, I heard a slight noise.
What kind of noise?
Like a mouse gnawing a plank. It grew louder, and all at once there was a sharp metallic snick.
Someone forcing the window.
Yes, I realized that, too. I jumped out of bed and flung open the shutters. A man was crouching in the window. He was gone like a flash.
What did he look like?
I don't really know. He was wrapped in some sort of cloak which came across the lower part of his face. Oh, one thing I am sure of. He had a long weapon in his hand. It looked like a knife. I saw the gleam of it as he turned to run. I shouted after him.
And then?
Then I must have collapsed from the effort. The next thing I knew, I was surrounded by the entire household. Oh, Joseph and the groom found marks in the flower bed outside this window. You can see them from where you sit.
Dear me, yes, I'm afraid Joseph and the groom have been a bit too energetic for me to learn anything from the traces. The flower bed looks as if it had been trampled on by an army.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why should a burglar, if it was a burglar, choose to enter this room? The dining room windows are much larger and more accessible.
I can't imagine unless it's a plot against Percy.
Well, that sounds a bit melodramatic, Annie.
Not at all. There's something in what Miss Harrison says. So much that Dr. Watson and I are to take you up to London with us.
Yes, but he's not very strong, you know.
The trip to London will not be nearly so dangerous to your fiancé, Miss Harrison, as another night in this room.
Good heavens.
And another thing, Miss Harrison. You can be very helpful to us and to Mr. Phelps if you'll do one thing for me. It may take courage, but I think I can promise that you'll be in no great personal danger.
What is it you want me to do?
Stay in this room until you go to bed tonight. Don't leave it for an instant. Mr. Phelps' reputation and my whole future may depend on it. I'm not going to ask you to sleep here, but when you leave for the night, I want you to lock the bedroom door on the outside.
Yes, but look here. Something might happen.
Not a word to anyone. It's for his sake, remember.
Come in.
Lunch, everybody. Something especially nice for you, Percy. Come along, Annie.
Oh, Joseph, if you'll excuse me, I have a slight headache. I think I'll eat in here by myself. There's a breeze, and I want to be alone.
I can't say I enjoy cross-country walks in the middle of the night, Watson.
I thought we were going back to London. That's what you told everybody. We get on the train with Percy and the nurse, and then we get off at the next station and leave Percy and the nurse to go up to London alone. It doesn't make sense.
Stop fussing. He'll be all right. I sent him on to Baker Street. With any luck, we should be there ourselves in time to have breakfast with him.
Yes, but why sneak back to Briarbrae like this?
Not so loud. There's the house now. You can see its gables in the moonlight. Follow me here, through the hedge.
Yes, but why the head when the gate's open?
Not so loud. We've got to get as near to the house as possible without being seen.
I say there's quite a mist rising. Ghostly-looking white strips of it over there in the meadow. I say, look. The lamp is still lit in in Joseph's room. Miss Harrison must have kept her promise.
Shh. Yes. There she is, reading a book. Now she's put it down. She's picking up the lamp.
I say, Holmes, she must be getting ready to go to bed.
Quite possibly, Watson. I only hope she doesn't forget to lock the door on the outside.
There she goes, to the dining room. Now the light's gone. I say, the mist are creeping up from the meadow onto her.
If only the thief doesn't wait until they blanket the house. Look. The service door is opening. Excellent. I didn't think he'd wait very long. There he comes out into the moonlight.
He's wearing a long black cape. You can't see his face.
He's forcing the window.
He's got it open. He's climbing over the sill.
We must get closer so we can see.
I see he's lighting the candles on the mantel. Look, he's pulling back the rug.
In the floor, I thought so.
He's lifting up a board.
Now, Mr. Joseph Harrison, be good enough to hand over the papers you've just removed from that hiding place.
Look out, Holmes, he's got a knife.
Have to see Clippercraft clothes to know their excellence. And it's easy enough to see them right at your own local independent store. You have to see them because such superlatively fine quality, sold at such low prices, amazes even the experts. Suits are only $40 and $43.75. Top coats and overcoats are only $40, and sport jackets only $25. The fit is beautiful, the woolens are long-wearing, the tailoring is really superb. The famous Clippercraft plan makes this sheer magic possible, concentrating the buying power of 924 leading stores across the nation, giving you the savings from this group buying at the store you trust. Selling expensive clothes at inexpensive low prices at the nation's finest independent stores is the great big idea behind the Clippercraft plan. That's why men who know insist on Clippercraft clothes. So be sure to visit the Clippercraft store in your city.
The leading stores in the metropolitan area that bring you Clippercraft clothes are Saks 34th, Broadway at 34th Street, Manhattan, Abraham Strauss, Brooklyn, Boulevard Men's Shop, Kresge, Newark, New Jersey, and the B&B Clothes Shop, 16408 Jamaica Avenue, Jamaica. These great, courteous, and friendly stores are proud to add their names to that of Clippercraft in the label of your suit, top coat, sports jacket, and overcoat.
Let's return to 221B Baker Street, where Percy Phillips is anxiously awaiting the arrival of Sherlock Holmes.
But it's almost 9 now, Mrs. Hudson, and Holmes said they'd be here for breakfast at 9.
Now, don't you worry, Mr. Phelps. If he says he'll be here for breakfast, he'll be here. It's when he don't say. That's when you don't know whether it'll be breakfast or supper he'll be wanting next. What did I tell you? Here they are now, driving up in a hansom cab. There's the front door, and it's 9 to the second.
Good morning, Mrs. Hudson.
Good morning, sir. Breakfast is on the table, piping hot.
But I say, Holmes, you've been wounded. Your hand's all tied up.
Just a scratch. Breakfast. 3 covered dishes. Splendid. And plenty of steaming coffee. Excellent.
Did you...
Come. Business can wait until after breakfast. You look as if you needed a bit of nourishment, Mr. Phelps.
Well, I'm really not very hungry.
Well, we are, aren't we, Watson?
I'm ravenous.
Aha. What's this? Curried chicken. And this, ham and eggs. Better and better. Which will you take, Mr. Phelps?
Thank you. I couldn't touch a thing.
Oh, come, try the dish before you.
I'd rather not, really.
Well, then, I suppose you have no objection to helping me. Let's see what that dish contains.
Certainly. What? It's papers. It's the naval treaty. The naval... Oh, God bless you, Mr. Holmes. God bless you. You saved me and you've saved England.
Don't mention it, my dear chap. Don't mention it.
But when did Holmes first begin to suspect this Harrison fellow, Dr. Watson?
He heard that Percy was expecting him to stop by for him, Mr. Harris. I'm afraid Joseph's character was blacker than one would judge from his appearance. We learned later that he had lost heavily in dabbling in stocks.
And he thought he could turn the treaty into money.
Yes. Besides, no one but Joseph could be so anxious to get into that bedroom because no one but Joseph could have concealed anything there. Also, the attempt was made the first night the nurse was out of the way. Therefore, the intruder was well acquainted with the house.
But the bell, Dr. Watson, why was that so significant?
Well, Mr. Harris, it showed that the thief had not come there to Percy's office to steal the papers. He came for another reason, by appointment, as we know. He rang the bell and then happened to see the papers.
Dr. Watson, was he convicted?
No, the case was never brought to court. It would have been too ticklish a position for the Foreign Office. He was advised, however, to get out of the country and stay out.
And did Percy marry the sister doctor?
He did. And to this day, I don't believe she knows why her brother never returns to England.
My, that was an exciting case, Dr. Watson. And now, what story are we to have next week?
Well, let me see. Next week, I think I'll tell about the Cornish horror, or the cradle that rocked itself.
The cradle that rocked itself?
Yes, Mr. Harris, the rocking cradle was supposed to indicate that someone in the Trevining household was about to die. As a matter of fact, there were 2 deaths, and another that Holmes... Well, suppose I leave that till next week, eh?
The makers of Clippercraft clothes and 924 leading retail stores from coast to coast have brought you another in the new series of broadcasts featuring the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes is produced and directed by Basil Lochran, with special music by Albert Berman. If you don't know your Clippercraft dealer, write Clippercraft, 200 Fifth Avenue, New York City. Be sure to listen next week to Sherlock Holmes in the case of the cradle that rocked itself. If you'd like to attend the Sherlock Holmes broadcasts in New York, see your local Clippercraft dealer, and he'll tell you how to obtain your tickets. This is the world's largest network, serving more than 450 radio stations, the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Holmes, we'll never do it.
No, I'm afraid not. Fool that I was not to allow for the early trade.
Well, it'll probably be all right. Nothing's happened to her. The trap hasn't been stopped for me.
Not quite true, but... Watson!
Huh?
Look, the trap's empty.
What?
It's driverless. She's been abducted, murdered, heaven knows what.
When his advice led others into danger, my friend Sherlock Holmes was always the first to suffer. For regardless of the true cause, he always blamed himself. My name is Watson, Dr. Watson, and it was my privilege to share the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. I will tell you what happened in the case of the solitary cyclist. The details are in my notebooks, if I may refer to them a moment. On referring to my notebook for the year 1895, I find that it was on Saturday, April the 23rd, that Sherlock Holmes and I first heard of Miss Violet Smith, the solitary cyclist of Charlington, the young and beautiful woman who presented herself at 221B Baker Street late that evening and implored his assistance and advice.
At least it can't be your health that is troubling you, Miss Smith. So ardent a bicyclist must be full of energy.
Bicyclist? Now, how do you know that, Mr. Holmes?
A slight roughening of the soles of your shoes at the sides, the friction of the edge of the pedal.
Oh, well, yes, I do bicycle a good bit. Oh, Mr. Holmes.
You will excuse me, I'm sure, Miss Smith. I took your hand out of curiosity.
Curiosity?
It's my business. I nearly fell into the error of supposing that you were typewriting, but it's obvious, of course, that it's music. You see, Watson?
What, Holmes?
Observe the spatula finger end. It's common to both professions.
Yes.
But there's a spirituality about the face which the typewriter does not generate. No, this lady is a musician.
Yes, Mr. Holmes, I teach music.
In the country, I presume, from your complexion.
Yes, sir. Near Farnham, on the borders of Surrey.
What has happened to you near Farnham, on the borders of Surrey?
My father is dead, Mr. Holmes. My mother and I were left without a relation in the world except for Uncle Ralph. Ralph Smith. He went to South Africa 25 years ago, and we've never had a word from him since. When Father died, we were left very poor. But one day, about 4 months ago, we were told that there was an advertisement in the Times inquiring for our whereabouts. Well, you can imagine how excited we were as we hurried off to the lawyer whose name was given in the paper. In his office, he introduced us to 2 other gentlemen, a Mr. Carruthers and a Mr. Woodley, and then withdrew, leaving us alone with them.
Well, ma'am, I'll explain right away that Mr. Woodley here and I are home on a visit from South Africa.
Oh, yes, Mr. Carruthers?
Yes, so we were old friends there of a relative of yours, Mr. Ralph Smith.
Oh, indeed.
I regret to say that Mr. Smith died some little while ago, ma'am.
I see. We had heard nothing, of course.
He died in poverty, ma'am.
Oh.
Woodley and I visited Ralph Smith at his deathbed. He asked us, almost with his last breath, to look up his relations here in the old country and see that they were in no want. You'll excuse the question, ma'am, but how exactly are you placed?
I don't know why you're asking, gentlemen, but if you want the truth, we've barely 2 pennies to rub together.
I have a proposition to put to you.
A proposition? For us?
Mrs. Smith, I have a daughter aged 10 down near Farnham in Surrey. I am a widower, and the child needs a woman's care and attention. I don't know whether Miss Smith has ever considered the position of governess, but...
I am a music teacher, sir. I am trained.
Yes, and out of a position, what's more.
A music teacher, but that couldn't be better.
Oh?
My little darling shows every musical promise, they tell me. I never dreamed that... Miss Smith, do come down to Surrey and teach my pet.
You said you're a widower, Mr. Carruthers?
Alas, yes. But my household is managed by my housekeeper, Mrs. Dixon.
Oh, I see.
A lady of the highest respectability.
Violet.
I shouldn't like to leave my mother alone in London.
Oh, don't worry about me, Violet.
There'd be no question of it, ma'am. Miss Smith could come home to you every weekend and with a good wage in her pocket.
Oh.
Say, £100 a year?
100? Oh, please, dear, say you'll go. Oh, Violet.
Oh, very well, then. It shall be as you wish, Mr. Carruthers.
And so you went down to Farnham, Miss Smith. What then?
Oh, it was much better than I'd imagined, Mr. Holmes. The first flaw in my happiness came when Mr. Woodley arrived to visit for a week.
What happened?
Oh, he made odious love to me.
The devil he did.
He boasted of his wealth and said that if I married him, I should have the finest diamonds in London. Well, it made no difference when I told him about Cyril.
Cyril?
Well, Cyril Morton. He's an electrical engineer in Coventry.
Oh.
We hope to be married at the end of the summer. Oh, but this didn't stop Mr. Woodley. He seized me in his arms and swore that he wouldn't let me go until I'd kissed him.
Bounder.
Well, luckily, Mr. Carruthers came in and tore Woodley from me. Mr. Carruthers apologised to me the next day, and I've never seen Mr. Woodley since.
Very distressing for you, Miss Smith, but such incidents are not unknown. What special thing has caused you to seek my advice?
It is this. Every Saturday morning, I ride my bicycle to Farnham Station to get the 12:22 to town.
Yes?
Well, the road from Chiltern Grange is lonely. And it's quite rare to meet so much as a cart along one stretch of it, where Charlington Heath lies on one side and the woods around Charlington Hall on the other.
I see.
Well, 2 weeks ago, I was passing this place when I chanced to look back over my shoulder. And about 200 yards behind me, I saw a man, also on a bicycle. And I looked back before I reached Farnham, but the man was gone. So I thought no more about it. But imagine my surprise, Mr. Holmes, when on my return on Monday I saw the same man on the same stretch of road. Well, even more astonishing, the incident occurred again exactly as before on the following Saturday and Monday.
Good heavens. Can you describe this man?
Well, as far as I could see, he was middle-aged and he had a short, dark beard.
Yes?
But he always kept his distance from me.
Did you mention him to Mr. Carruthers?
Yes. Well, he seemed very interested and told me he had ordered a horse and trap so that in future I shouldn't have to pass over that lonely road without a companion.
Very considerate of him. What next?
Well, the horse and trap were to have come this week, but for some reason they were not delivered, and again I had to cycle to the station. Well, that was this morning.
Yes?
Well, sure enough, there was the man following me. Well, however, today I wasn't alarmed, but filled with curiosity, and I was determined to find out who he was and what he wanted.
What on earth did you do?
I laid a trap for him. The road turned sharply, just past the entrance to Charlington Hall. I pedalled very quickly around it, and then I stopped and waited. I expected him to shoot round and pass me before he could stop, but he never appeared. I went back and looked round the corner. I could see a mile of road, but he wasn't on it, and there was no side road that he could have gone down.
Miss Smith?
Yes?
Have you any admirers? Other than Mr. Cyril Morton, I mean.
Well, it may be my fancy, but it seems sometimes that my employer, Mr. Carruthers, is quite interested in me. We're thrown rather together. I play his accompaniments in the evening. Oh, he's never said anything. He's a perfect gentleman, but... Well, a girl always knows.
I see. Well, Miss Smith, I'm very busy just now, but I'll find time to make some inquiries into your case.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Holmes.
And meanwhile, take no step without letting me know.
Oh, I promise you, Mr. Holmes. Good morning, gentlemen.
Allow me, ma'am.
Oh,
good morning.
Thank you.
Good day, Miss Smith.
Good day.
Good day.
Good day.
Charming little thing, Holmes. Absolutely charming.
It's part of the settled order of nature that such a girl should have followers.
Yes.
But not for choice on bicycles in lonely country roads.
And why should he appear only at that one point?
Exactly. Our first effort must be to find who are the tenants of Charlington Hall.
Right.
Then again, how about the connection between Carruthers and Woodley?
They seem to be totally different types, yet they were both keen on looking up Ralph Smith's relation.
And what sort of a ménage is it which pays double the market price for a governess but doesn't keep a horse and trap of its own, although 6 miles from the station? Odd, Watson. Very odd.
Are you going down, though?
No, my dear fellow, you will go down.
I?
On Monday, you will arrive early at Farnham. You will conceal yourself near Charlington Hall.
Yes?
You will observe these facts for yourself, inquire as to the occupants of the hall, and then come back to me and report.
Ah, well, very well, Holmes. Very well. And there he was, following behind her, just as she told us, Holmes. She tried slowing down and stopping, but he did the same. But then she suddenly whisked her wheel round and dashed straight at him.
Really? With what result?
But he simply turned his machine and darted off in desperate fright.
I see.
When she turned again to carry on the way she'd been going, he turned too, and they both passed me in their respective stations. However, I stayed where I was, behind a gorse bush on the heath, and it was just as well that I did. After a while, the man reappeared round the corner, cycling slowly. He turned in at the hall gates, as you thought.
Ah, and then?
I lost sight of him.
Oh, you did?
However, it seemed to me that I'd done a fairly good morning's work, so I walked back into Farnham and called at the house agents. By making out that I wanted to know if Charlington Hall was on the market for a summer let, I found out that it had been let about a month ago to an elderly gentleman named Williamson. They wouldn't say any more. There, Holmes, how's that?
No, you really have done remarkably badly.
Oh, Holmes, I protest.
And then you go to a house agent to find out who he is.
Where should I go?
To the nearest public house. That's the center of country gossip. They'd have told you every name from the master to the scullery maid.
Well, I got his name, Williamson.
Come in.
The post, sir.
Oh, just put it down over there, Mrs. Hudson. Oh, no, wait.
Sir?
There might possibly be... Yes, there is. Thank you, Mrs. Hudson.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
What is it, Holmes?
I rather thought I might receive some account of this latest episode from Miss Smith herself.
Did it?
Yes. I am sure that you will respect my confidence, Mr. Holmes, when I tell you that my place here has become difficult owing to the fact that my employer has proposed marriage to me. I am convinced that his feelings are most deep and most honorable. At the same time, my promise is, of course, given. He took my refusal very seriously, but also very gently. You can understand, however, that the situation is a little strained. Our young friend seems to be getting into deep waters.
Yeah.
Watson, I should be none the worse for a quiet, peaceful day in the country. I'm inclined to run down this afternoon and test one or two theories I formed.
Well, then the best of good luck to you, Holmes. That's all I can say.
Good afternoon, landlord.
Afternoon, sir. What'll be your pleasure?
Well, let me see now. Beer, I think. Yes, beer will do nicely.
You won't find a better drop anywhere in England, sir.
I'm sure I shall.
How's that, sir?
Capital. Will you join me?
Well, thank you, sir. Your best health, sir.
And yours, landlord. Oh, by the by, I came down on the off chance of seeing an old friend who told me he was taking Charlington Hall for the summer.
Oh, Mr. Williamson, would that be?
Yes. He's in residence there.
He's there, all right, sir. I should know.
He finds his way in here quite often, then.
You know, Mr. Williamson, sir, what with all those weekend visitors of his, a warm lot, that, sir.
I can see he hasn't changed.
Here, you've known him long, sir.
Oh, quite some time.
Is it true, then?
Is what true?
That he used to be a clergyman. You know, unfrocked like.
Well, to tell the truth, landlord, I have heard some such tale myself. I'm afraid our acquaintance doesn't go far enough back for me to verify.
Oh, pity. You'll agree there's something about his manner.
Oh, quite.
Don't mind some of his behaviour when he gets in here. Well...
Unecclesiastical, you say?
You've hit it, sir. Especially when he's on the whiskey with Mr. Woodley.
Mr. Woodley? One of his weekend guests?
Oh, always down at the hall, Mr. Woodley.
I fancy I may have heard of him. Perhaps you can refresh my memory of Mr. Woodley, landlord.
Refresh what memory? Never met you in my life, sir.
Mr. Woodley, sir,
Who are you? What do you want asking this old busybody questions about me?
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm clearly mistaken.
That's right, Mr. Woodley. This gent's a friend of Mr. Williamson.
I told you that, did he?
Now, look here, sir.
Don't you look here, me. No snivelling yard of Pugwater talks that way to roaring Jack Woodley. Put him up.
Now, Mr. Woodley.
There's one to start.
Oh, Mr. Woodley.
Come on.
Well, if you insist.
Good gracious, Holmes, your face, your lip, my dear fella. Sit down quickly and tell me what's happened.
A vicious backhander from the odious Mr. Woodley started it.
Woodley?
Watson, I have to confess that however enjoyable my country trip, it was scarcely more profitable than your home.
Never mind that. Oh, there's another letter from Miss Smith. It came a little while ago.
Then be good enough to post me up immediately.
Yes, well, she says, you will not be surprised to hear that on Saturday I shall come up to town and will not return to Farnham. Mr. Carruthers has got a trap, and so the dangers of the lonely road, if there ever were any dangers, are now over. As to the special cause of my leaving, it is not merely my strained situation with Mr. Carruthers, but the reappearance of that vile Woodley who must be staying in the neighborhood. He had a long talk with Mr. Carruthers, who seemed much excited afterwards. I loathe and fear Woodley more than I can say. How can Mr. Carruthers endure such a creature for a moment? However, all my troubles will be over on Saturday.
I think we must spare time to run down together on Saturday morning and make sure that this curious investigation has no untoward ending. Ah, what? The music of the birds and the fresh breath of the spring. What better way to occupy ourselves?
Yes, it's all very well for you, Holmes. Where you get all your energy from? Anyway, we've come far enough, surely. Look, there's the hall in those trees. We can see the whole stretch of road from here.
No, we must be closer to the hall so as to see this man clearly before he turns off into the grounds. Watson.
What is it?
That vehicle moving along the road.
It looks like a trap.
If that's her trap, she must be making for the earlier train.
Well, then she'll be past Charleston Hall before we can reach it.
Exactly. And if she's in any danger, that's where it's going to strike. Come on!
It's no use, Holmes. We'll never do it.
No, I'm afraid not. Oh, fool that I was not to allow for the earlier train.
Well, it'll probably be all right. Nothing's happened to her. The trap hasn't been stopped or anything.
Oh, quite true, but... Watson! Huh? Look, the trap's empty. What? It's driverless. She's been abducted, murdered, heaven knows what. Try to stop the horse. Come on! Well done.
What now?
Jump in. We must drive back.
Just a minute, Holmes. Here comes our man on his cycle.
Stop! Stop there!
I don't understand, Holmes.
I fancy an explanation is approaching at high speed.
You there! Where did you get that horse and trap?
You're the man we want to see. Where is Miss Violet?
That's what I'm asking you. That's her trap. You know where she is. We met the trap on the road, empty. We were about to drive back to help the young lady.
Then, by heaven, it means they've got her. What? Quickly. We must drive down to Charlington Hall as fast as we can go.
Yes.
We'll leave the trap here, or they'll be ready for us. We can make our way through the shrubbery.
All right. Lead on. Oh, great heavens. What is it? Is it the girl?
No, it's Peter the groom. They must have clubbed him and dragged him in here.
Let me see his head. No, not serious anyway. Yes, he'll come round soon.
Then come on, gentlemen. We may still be in time to save her. But hurry! This way. This way. There they are. And that is Woodley.
And what's happening? There's a clergyman talking to him.
Don't you see?
Great heavens, he's bound and gagged.
Quickly, Watson!
Therefore pronounce you man and wife.
Stop there!
Well done, Williamson, just in time. Well. Bob Carruthers in his false beard.
Woodley.
You can take it off, Bob. You and your pals have just come in time to be introduced to Mrs. Woodley.
Woodley, I told you what I'd do if you molested this woman, even if I had to swing for it.
You're too late. She's my wife.
No, she's your widow.
Look out, Holmes. The parson, he's armed too.
Enough of this. Williamson, drop that revolver. Watson, take it from him while I keep him close.
Here, take the blasted thing.
Tut, Williamson. Clergymen shouldn't swear. Now, Mr. Carruthers, I'll have your revolver too, if you please.
Not on your life. Who are you, anyway?
My name is Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock? Oh, good Lord.
Hand it over, please.
Here you are.
Watson, see what you can do for Woodley, and then release Miss Smith.
Right, Holmes.
Now, all of you, listen to me. I will represent the official police until they can be summoned. I detain you all under my personal custody.
Woodley will live, Holmes. And now I'll see to Miss Smith.
What are you telling me? That girl, that angel, is to be tied to Roaring Jack Woodley for life?
You needn't concern yourself about that, Mr. Carruthers. We're very safe in questioning Mr. Williamson's right to solemnize any marriage. In any case, a forced marriage is no marriage at all. It's a very serious felony, as you'll discover.
Oh, suit yourself.
You will have time to think the point over during the next 10 years or so, I fancy. As for you, Carruthers, You'd have done better to have kept your pistol in your pocket.
Yes, I begin to think so. But I loved her, Mr. Holmes. It's the only time I've ever known what love was. You'd hardly credit it, but ever since she's been in my employment, I've never let her go past this house once without following her on my bicycle to see that she came to no harm from that brute.
Oh, so that was why. Well, Miss Smith's all right, Holmes. I told her to sit down and rest.
Splendid, Watson. Carruthers, why did you not simply tell Miss Smith of the danger?
Because she might have left my house for good.
Do you call all that love, Mr. Carruthers? I should call it selfishness.
Maybe the two things go together. Anyway, I couldn't bear to let her go. And then when the cable came, I knew they were bound to act immediately.
What cable?
Carruthers, you can bleat about the girl to your heart's content. But if you squeal, I'm
Your
warning
Reverence need not be so excited. The case is clear enough against you.
He's bluffing, Carruthers.
I'll do the talking, Williamson. And then you will see how far you have a chance of holding back your secrets. In the first place, the three of you came together from South Africa on this game. You, Williamson, you, Carruthers, and Woodley there.
Lie number one. I never saw either of them until a couple of months ago. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, Mr. Busybody Holmes.
So, His Reverence is our own homemade article. But you, Carruthers, and Woodley came over from South Africa. You'd known Ralph Smith there. You had reason to believe he wouldn't live long. You found out that his niece would inherit his fortune.
It's true.
Your plan was that one of you should marry her, and the other should share the plunder. For some reason, Woodley was chosen for the husband. Now, why was that?
We played cards for her on the voyage over. He won.
Well, really?
I see. You got the young lady into your service, and Woodley came to court her. She saw what a drunken brute he was and would have nothing to do with him. Meanwhile, your arrangement was rather upset by your having fallen in love with her yourself. You could no longer bear the idea of that ruffian owning her.
No, by George, I couldn't.
You quarreled. He left you in a rage and began to make his own plans independently with Williamson.
You see, Williamson, he knows it all without my telling him. Yes, Mr. Holmes, that was when he picked up with this so-called padre. They set up out here, and as I told you, I was fearful they might waylay Miss Smith as she cycled past. So I kept following her as far as these grounds. And then 2 days ago, Woodley brought a cable to show me.
Telling you that Ralph Smith was dead at last and reminding you to keep your part in the bargain.
Just that. You refused? Well, of course. So he asked me to marry the girl myself and give him a share of her money. I said I'd do that willingly, but that she wouldn't have me. He said, let's get her married first, and after a week or two, she may see things a bit different.
Mr. Carruthers, you had a share in an evil plot.
I'm aware of that, sir.
However, I think you've done what you could to make amends. Now, if my evidence can be of help to you in your trial, it shall be at your disposal.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes. Oh, but there she is. Violet, Miss Smith.
Yes, Mr. Carruthers?
In the first place, I wronged you deeply. I hope you will find it possible to forgive me.
I have done so, sir. You did all you could to rescue me from these things. I forgive you.
And now, Miss Smith, if you're sufficiently recovered, my friend Dr. Watson will be happy to escort you back to town.
I'll do that with joy.
And if, in your medical opinion, Miss Smith should seem not quite convalescent, my dear Watson, might I suggest that a telegram to a certain young electrician in the Midlands would probably complete the cure.
The Case of the Solitary Cyclist was one of the Sherlock Holmes stories by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. My real name is Norman Shelley. My friend Carlton Hobbs played Sherlock Holmes, and I was Dr. Watson. Michael Hardwick wrote our script for this BBC production from London. I look forward to the pleasure of your company again soon for more of the adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
This episode from the life of Sherlock Holmes will be transmitted to our men and women overseas by shortwave and through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Petri Wine brings you Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce in the new adventures of Sherlock Holmes. The Petri family, the family that took time to bring you good wine, invites you to listen to Dr. Watson tell us about another exciting adventure he shared with his old friend, that master detective Sherlock Holmes.
It began on a summer evening in 1906. I'd been for a long walk in the park, I remember, when I returned to Baker Street and entered our rooms. Holmes looked up at me with a twinkle and spoke.
You look positively glowing with health, Watson.
Well, I had a splendid walk, my dear fellow. You should have come with me. The park was looking particularly beautiful.
Well, chap, during your absence, I've decided to write another monograph.
Oh, what's the subject this time?
Occupational liability to murder. For instance, the mortality rate is naturally high among policemen and detectives. Physicians are murdered with fair regularity, but the murder of a dentist is rare. And who ever heard of a murdered veterinary surgeon?
That's quite true, but what's the occasion for this little homily?
I've been browsing over my newspaper clippings.
Yeah?
You recall ever hearing of a murdered tobacconist, Watson?
No, I can't say that I do.
Oh, why? And yet my clippings inform me that no less than 3 tobacconists have been murdered in the past 6 months, and all the murders have occurred in the same small shop at the East End of London. Now, why do you suppose 3 tobacconists would be murdered in the same shop? Come now, fellow. Give me a logical solution to the problem, will you?
Well, let me see. You say that the shop's in the East End?
Yes.
Is it near the river?
As it happens, it's on the water's edge.
And supposing the tobacconist's shop was the headquarters of a smuggling ring. Perhaps boxes of cigars were unloaded from the dock and brought to the shop. Cigars containing pearls or opium or something.
Watson, my dear fellow, you're doing splendidly. You must walk in the park more frequently. You're positively scintillating.
Oh, no, you're making fun of me.
I'm sure you're not.
You're expecting anyone home?
No, probably a visitor from Mrs. Hudson. Go on with your fascinating theory. Now, why are 3 tobacconists murdered?
Well, because they know too much. Perhaps they demand a share on the profits, so the head of the ring decides to kill them.
Plausible enough, Watson. I really must congratulate you. I can see that I'm very lucky in having a biographer with such a lively imagination.
Thanks very much.
Come in.
Imagination? Oh, hello, Lestrade.
I'm glad to see you.
I hope I'm not intruding.
Not at all, my dear fellow. Come along, sit down.
Thank you, Miss Holmes.
Anything remarkable on hand?
No, Miss Holmes. Nothing very particular.
Then tell me all about it, Lestrade.
Can't hide anything from you, can I, sir? Yes, there is something on my mind, and no mistake.
And it concerns the 3 murdered tobacconists, I see. Splendid.
Now, how the blazes did you know that?
Yes, Holmes, that's pure magic.
Not at all, my dear Watson. It's simple deduction. Observe the 5 cigars peering out of Lestrade's breast pocket. They are of a far superior quality to his usual brand. Obviously, the scene of his latest investigation has proffered certain, well, shall we say, professional perquisites. Am I right, Lestrade?
Of course you are. Careful one, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, Ross. My pipe.
Well, how about you, Doctor?
Oh, thank you, Lestrade. Thank you. Coronas.
And now, Inspector, tell me about the murdered tobacconist.
How much do you know about the case?
Just what I've read in the papers.
Well, curiously enough, we were discussing the affair as you walked in, Lestrade.
It's a strange business, gentlemen. I only got hold of the old story today when I had a long talk to young Jack Longworth. He's the owner of the shop.
In relation to Gerald Longworth, the taller member of Parliament who battled so successfully against the slum clearance bill?
His son, Mr. Holmes. Nice young fellow, too. When his father died, he inherited this shop along with a lot of other property in the East End.
Well, how big a shop is it, Lestrade?
Oh, just sold in the wall, Doctor, like all the other shops in that part of London. Young Mr. Longworth tells me he first rents it to a man by the name of George Grillet. He lives there with his daughter Lily and made quite a nice go out of the shop. 6 months ago, when Jack Longworth was abroad, George Grillet has a stroke and nearly kicks the bucket.
Kicks the what?
He nearly dies, Doctor.
Oh, kicks the bucket. I don't remember that.
And then what happened, Lestrade?
Well, while he's in the hospital, his daughter gives up the lease on the shop. A few days later, an Italian takes it over, and a couple of weeks later, he's found with his float cart.
Did you investigate that first murder yourself?
No, Mr. Holmes. It seemed like any of a dozen killings we get in that part of London. A shopkeeper cut up, his till emptied, no clues.
Well, who was the next tenant?
A Scotchman. bloke by the name of McIntosh. A few weeks after he moved in, the same thing happened to him. That time, I did go down there, but I couldn't find out nothing.
Was robbery again the apparent motive?
Yes, sir, but the killing wasn't the same. He was strangled with a silk scarf.
Silk scarf, eh? And who was the third tenant? The man who was murdered yesterday?
A Hindu fella. A man by the name of Mukherjee. He takes it over a week last Friday, and yesterday we find him knife through the back and his money gone. Of course, I was down there before you could say Crystal Palace. But once again, I didn't find out nothing. No knife, no fingerprints on the till, no footprints, just a very dead Hindu.
Was young Mr. Longworth a landlord in England when these murders occurred?
Yeah, that's the funny thing about it, Mr. Holmes. He docked at Tilbury yesterday morning. He didn't know nothing about what had been going on.
Well, I imagine he'll have difficulty in renting the shop after 3 murders.
Well, that's just it, Doctor. That's why he comes to me at the yard. George Grillet, his first tenant of the shop, moved back there today with his daughter Lily. And young Mr. Longworth's worried about them. Well, if you ask me, he's more worried about the daughter than he is about old man Grillet.
So the original tenants of the shop are back in residence again, eh? And what do you want me to do?
Well, I thought perhaps you'd be interested enough to come along with me and look at the shop, Mr. Holmes.
I should be very glad to, my dear fellow. Let's go at Watson.
All right, sure. Oh, dear, that wretched instrument.
I'll answer it. Hello? Mycroft, how are you? What? Yes. Yes, he's here now. Why, of course. I'll do everything I can, certainly. Let's have dinner together soon, shall we? Splendid idea. All right, goodbye.
Well, was that your brother, Holmes?
Yes. Lestrade, I do think you might have told me the whole truth.
What do you mean, sir?
I thought your visit was prompted by a need for friendly assistance. I didn't realize that you came here virtually on a government order.
Well, it wasn't just quite like that, Mr.
What's
Holmes.
the government got to do with the case, and how does your brother Mycroft fit into the picture?
I'm not sure yet. But of one thing we make certain, there's obviously a great deal more in this case than Lestrade would have us believe.
Why do you say that, Holmes?
You must bear in mind, old fellow, that occasionally Mycroft is British government.
Nice part of London to take a walk in on a foggy night, ain't it, gentlemen? All our policemen work down here in pairs, you know.
Yes, I don't blame them. It's a vile neighborhood.
There's the shop just ahead of us, with a sign hanging out. Hello. There he is again.
Oh.
See that bearded Hindu skulking off around the corner there?
Oh, yes.
He's been haunting the place ever since I came down here.
So a bearded Hindu haunts the place, eh?
Yes, and yesterday, Holmes, the Hindu proprietor of the shop was murdered.
Exactly.
Well, here we are. I'll go in first.
Depressing looking place, huh?
I'll be out in a jiffy.
That's Lily, George Grit's daughter. Helps him with the shop.
Sorry to keep you wet. Oh, it's you, Inspector Lestrade.
Yes, Miss Lee. I brought some gentlemen to see your father. This is Mr. Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson.
Pleased to meet you, I'm sure.
How do you do, young lady?
Is your dad home?
No, Inspector, he won't be in till after dinner. Went down at the docks, he did, to see about some cigar shipments. Mr. Longworth's here. If you want to see him, we were just having some tea in the back room.
Yes, I'd like these gentlemen to meet him.
Jack, come out in the shop, Jack.
What is it, Lily? Oh, Inspector Lestrade. And this must be Mr. Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson, I'm sure.
How do you do, sir?
Hi, Mr. Longworth. I'm very glad the inspector was able to persuade you to come down here, Mr. Holmes. I'm dreadfully worried about this business, particularly since Lily's father insisted on coming back here. I'm afraid they're in great danger, but I can't make Mr. Grillet see it.
Young lady, I wonder if I might ask you a few questions.
Well, of course, Mr. Holmes.
Before your father had his stroke, did he receive any threats concerning his occupancy of the shop?
Well, if he did, he never told me about him. But it wouldn't surprise me. I often told him his biggest enemy is himself. If you know what I mean.
Yes, I think I do, Miss Grillet. When your father had his illness, who decided to give up the lease on the shop?
I did. No money was coming in, and, well, it looked like Dad might be an invalid for life. Of course, I couldn't run the shop by myself. Anyhow, I never did like this part of London. It wasn't the right business for Father.
What was his reaction when you told him you've given up the lease.
Oh, he was awful angry with me. Said I had no right to do it without asking him.
By the way, we saw that bearded Hindu again as we walked up just now.
He's been hanging around ever since we came back here, Inspector.
Well, has he actually come into the shop, Miss Smith?
No, but he keeps walking by and looking in the window. I'm sure if we both went into the back room or left the shop for a little while, well, he'd come right in.
Then I suggest we give him the opportunity he's seeking. Miss Grillet, I wonder if you and Mr. Longworth would mind leaving the shop for a while.
Of course not, Mr. Holmes.
To make your departure rather ostentatious, shall we say, so that he can't help noticing it. Give us half an hour or so and then come back. Perhaps you wouldn't mind going with them, Lestrade.
Mr. Holmes, this is my case.
I know, but in a situation like this, Watson and I work much better alone. We may have to go a little outside the law, and your presence might embarrass us.
You'd never think I was a detective, too, would you?
We'll
be back in half an hour.
Poor old Lestrade. He gets very touchy as the years roll by.
Yeah, I blame him. I'm leaving him completely in the dark. Come on, Watson. Behind the counter. No, my dear fellow. Not under it, old chap. We lift the flap. So. Now I suggest we crouch down behind here. Come on. That's it. Have you got your revolver, Watson?
Yes, it's in my pocket.
Good. Meantime, make yourself as comfortable as these cramped quarters will permit. We may have quite a wait ahead of us.
Look, Holmes. There's the Hindu now. Peering through the window.
Revolver handy.
Yes, sir. Here he comes.
All right, Watson.
Put your hands up. I got you covered with this revolver. Now, my man, what are you doing here? Who are you? Never mind who I am. Just answer my question.
I do not speak very good English.
तुम हिंदुस्तानी अकबर इंस्पेक्टर?
हाँ, सेक्टर हाय.
तुम इधर आया?
देखनी कोस्ती तुम्हारा भाई हमको हुक्म दिया.
तुम्हारा भाई? तुम जान नहीं सकता.
बहुत अच्छा. Salam.
No, you don't, my man. Just you stay where you are.
It's all right, Watson. Let him go. He's on our side.
Wish you'd tell me what in thunder's going on. Who that man was and why you let him go.
He's an investigator from the Foreign Office, old chap. Given his instructions by my brother, Mycroft.
Mycroft?
Yes, old fellow. And when my brother fails to tell me all the facts concerning this case, I begin to think these triple murders have far greater ramifications than we ever dreamed of.
Dr. Watson's story will continue in just a second. Just about time enough for me to mention that any meal becomes a better meal when you serve it with Petri wine. And say, you'll find that Petri California Burgundy and Petri California Sauterne are just made to go with food. That Petri Burgundy is a rich red wine that's bosom pals with any meat or meat dish. Boy, what a flavor. And that Petri Sauterne is the delicate white wine that's just perfect with chicken or with fish. Yes, sir, with food, you just can't beat a good Petri wine. And now back to tonight's new Sherlock Holmes adventure. Puzzling case is occupying the attention of Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. 3 murders have taken place in a small tobacconist shop in the East End of London. As we rejoin our story, it's late at night, and Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson, accompanied by Inspector Lestrade, are once again walking toward the ill-fated shop.
Well, I don't see that you've accomplished much, Mr. Holmes, except that you just bought me a nice dinner.
Oh, I'm making progress, Lestrade. If only by the elimination of obvious suspects. But there's a pattern to this case, and that should give us a clue.
Well, how do you mean, Holmes?
My dear fellow, consider the obvious motive of these murders, and particularly observe the results they've obtained.
Well, the motive's the same in all 3 killings. Robbery.
Oh, not Lestrade. Don't let the theft of a few pounds from the till blind you to the real motive.
Look. Here's Miss Grillet now. She's coming out of the shop.
Good evening, Miss Grillet.
Hello, Mr. Holmes.
Is your father home yet?
Yes, he is, Mr. Holmes. And I can't tell you how anxious I am for you to talk to him. I'm going to meet Mr. Longworth. He's taken me to the music hall. I should be home just after 10. I hope you'll be able to stay with Dad until then.
Well, don't you worry, Miss Grillet. We'll keep an eye on him.
Oh, thanks ever so much. Oh, Oh, Mr. Holmes.
Yes, Miss Grillett?
Please don't go into our rooms in the back, will you? I've left things in a frightful mess.
I quite understand, Miss Grillett.
Well, ta-ta. See you later.
Let's go into the shop.
Oh, is it? Oh, it's you, Inspector.
Here, these gentlemen, Mr. Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson.
How do you do, sir?
Good evening. Good evening.
Did you meet young Lily just now?
Yes, she told us she was going out to the musical with Mr. Longworth.
Yes. I'm afraid we had quite a set to about that. A very strong-willed girl, Lily, very strong-willed.
Am I to assume that you disapprove of your daughter's association with Mr. Longworth?
Yes, of course I do. He's a top. He's got lots of money. Lily's so blind she can't see that he's up to no good. I'm pretty sure he's afraid I might find out what's really at the back of these here murders.
And what is your theory, sir?
Well, I'll tell you this in confidence. Got nothing to back it up now, you understand. There's been talk of widening the docks around here. That'd make property values go up, you see, of course. Well, young Longworth's been trying to buy up all the other shops along the waterfront here, but they wouldn't sell. If you ask me, he's had these murders done just to frighten people away so that he could buy cheap. Now, I'm not saying that he did the murders himself, you understand, but he planned them. Why, in these parts, it's easy enough any night to get a throat cut for a couple of quid.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad you're here, gents. You see, I just got another warning.
Warning? What do you mean it's a warning?
Found this note slipped under that door there not 3/4 of an hour ago.
Receive, please.
What does it say, Holmes?
I shall call on you at 8:30 tonight. You know what's good for you. You'll be waiting for me alone. Try any funny tricks, you'll go where I sent the rest of them.
Well, that's obviously from the killer.
Possibly. What's the time now?
Look, it's 8:20.
I was hoping you gentlemen would wait in our rooms back of the shop. You can hear what's going on in here, and if he tries any rough stuff, you can pop in and have him.
Just what I was about to suggest myself, Mr. Grillett. Either way, will you?
Oh, yes. Just step behind the counter, gents. Through here. Here we are. Not exactly Buckingham Palace back here, but you can make yourselves comfortable, can't you, gents?
Oh, don't you worry about us, Grillett.
Oh, I better turn off the gas. This bloke spot the light under the door in here. Might smell a rat. Now, there we are. Now, as soon as I see him coming in the shop, I'll knock twice on the door, like this. And that'll give you the signal that he's here. Is that right?
Right, Charles Grillett.
All right, now keep your ears open, gents. I may need your help.
Where are you, Holmes? I can't see a thing.
Over here, Watson.
You know, I've got another theory why Jack Longworth might be at the back of all this. You listening, Holmes?
Yes, I'm listening, old fellow. What is your theory?
Longworth knows that Grillett doesn't approve of his having anything to do with Lily. So when he goes abroad, he leaves instructions to murder the tobacconist. The assassins don't know about Grillett having a stroke, of course, so they keep murdering the wrong fellow.
Well, that makes very good sense, Doctor. What do you say, Mr. Holmes?
Holmes? Holmes? Where are you? That's my son. He's disappeared.
No, I haven't. I was just exploring. Shh. That's the signal.
There goes the front door. Somebody's coming. We'd better go in.
Right, Watson, listen.
Take your hands off me. Don't you do that. Here, stop me now. Stop me. Help me.
We've got to get in there at once.
Open the door. Well, it's locked. Never mind that. Get the soldiers into it. Come on. Help me. Come on, one more.
Poor devil. He's been slashed with a knife. Grillett! Grillett!
Well, the killer got away. I'm going to... Lestrade, conserve your energy. Your murderer lies there.
But that's Grillett.
Of course it is. Search his pockets, Watson. I think you'll find a blood-stained knife.
Let's have a look. Good Lord. Here's a razor in his pocket. It's covered with blood. You mean to say that he slashed himself?
Let's slip the handcuffs on him, Lestrade. While he's still play-acting, he may be more difficult to handle when he realizes the game's up.
Take your hands off of me.
Come on, quick. Come on here.
Hey.
Very neat, Lestrade.
Yeah. Well, Now that I've knocked a wounded man out cold, perhaps you'll tell me what's going on, Mr. Holmes.
Yes, I'm completely in the dark, too.
Oh, it's very simple, really. Willett has just staged a fake attack on himself. Fool us into believing that someone else is the murderer.
Yeah, but the threatening note he received...
Composed by himself for the occasion.
Yes, but we heard voices. We heard the shop door open.
He heard Grip talking to himself. And as for the shop door, that's how he gave himself away.
Well, how do you mean, Mr. Holmes?
Whenever the shop door opens, there's a bell that jangles. You will notice... So.
Yeah, that's right, there is.
There's no bell jangle when we were in the back room. Willett got us in there, locked the door on us unobtrusively, and staged his little drama.
Yes, but we heard the door creak open and close, Mr. Holmes.
The creak of this flap in the counter would sound exactly the same, my dear fellow. Now listen.
Yes, but why, Holmes? How did you spot that Gillette was a man?
It was obvious from the beginning that since nothing had changed about the shop except the ownership, that the attackers were directed against any tobacconist who was not Gillette himself. Of course, his daughter, Lily, obviously knew what was going on.
Well, I don't see how you figured that one out, Mr. Holmes.
Every remark that she made showed that although she loved her father, she knew his failings. In any case, she gave me the final clue.
Well, what clue was that?
In very pointedly asking me not to go into the back room of the shop. Of course, she meant the reverse of what she said. I followed her advice when you were explaining your theory to Lestrade.
Well, what did you find, Mr. Holmes?
Miss Gillette had obligingly left a secret door open, a door leading to a passageway that seemed to go down to the waterfront. We'll examine it more thoroughly in a minute.
Yes, but I still don't understand Gillette's motive, Holmes.
Neither do I, old chap. No, I suspect that from the interest of the Foreign Office in the case, this shop has been the headquarters of an espionage ring. I'm afraid the final answer to that question will have to be given by someone else.
Oh, who, Holmes?
By my elder brother, Mycroft. Humiliating, isn't it, Watson?
And what was the final answer to the question, Dr. Watson?
Well, Holmes was right as usual, Mr. Foreman. The shop had been the headquarters of a spy ring operated by Gillette. And many international criminals had been smuggled in England, foreign ships moored up the river.
And did Mr. Gillette hang for his crime?
No, he didn't, my boy. Before he came to trial, he had another stroke and he died.
Probably just as well for his daughter's sake.
Oh, his daughter. Lovely girl.
Did she marry Longworth?
Indeed she did. As a matter of fact, I danced at her wedding. It was a very wonderful wedding reception. See, you would have been there yourself, Mr. Foreman. In fact, you'd have liked it very much. They served a pretty good wine.
Was it a Petri wine by any chance?
Oh, well, it was so good it easily might have been.
You mean because Petri wine is the kind of a wine you can't forget?
That's exactly what I do.
Well, that's because the Petri family really knows all there is to know about the fine art of turning luscious, sun-ripened grapes into fragrant, delicious wine. You see, the Petri family's been making wine ever since they started the Petri business way back in the 1800s. And they've been able to hand on down in the family, from father to son, every bit of their skill and experience. That's why Petri wine is so good today, because Petri took time to bring you good wine. And say, don't forget to take a moment yourself and send for your free recipe calendar. Remember, send to Petri Wine, San Francisco 26, California. This offer is intended to apply only in those states and other localities where its acceptance is permissible by law and regulation. And now, Doctor, do you feel like giving us a hint about next week's story?
Yes, I do. Next week, Mr. Foreman, I'm going to tell you a strange adventure that happened to Holmes and me in the West End of London. It concerns the death of a famous actor who was portraying the part of an equally famous man, Sherlock Holmes.
Thank you, Doctor. See you next week. And say, from the news we've had so far today, maybe by next week at this time we'll hear some really good news from Europe.
I certainly hope so, Mr. Foreman. But let us remember the war won't be over when Germany quits. We've still got to lick Japan. That's going to take a long time. So instead of celebrating when VE Day comes along, let's just strengthen our resolve to support the war more than ever here at home. Keep that war job. Don't leave it till you're released. Keep on buying more and more war bonds and keep them. Don't turn them in. Help all you can with all home front activities and observe all our wartime regulations such as price ceilings. That's the real way to celebrate a victory in Europe, by working harder to end the war in the Pacific.
Tonight's Sherlock Holmes adventure is written by Dennis Green and Anthony Boucher and is based on an incident in the Sir Arthur Conan Doyle story, The Adventure of the Six Napoleons. Mr. Rathbone appears through the courtesy of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, and Mr. Bruce through the courtesy of Universal Pictures, where they are now starring in the Sherlock Holmes series. The Petri Wine Company of San Francisco, California, invites you to tune in again next week, same time, same station. Meanwhile, don't forget to take advantage of our offer of a free recipe calendar.
Oh, the Petri family took the time to bring you such good wine. So when you eat and when you cook, remember Petri wine.
To make good food taste better, remember...
Petri wine.
This is Bill Foreman saying good night for the Petri family. Sherlock Holmes comes to you from our Hollywood studios. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.